Shalom.
Shalom.
Hello, everyone out there. Welcome to LJ Spurs chat. Oh dear. God, social media has gone absolutely mental. It is absolutely crazy out there, Spurs fans. So, Shalom Lee. Shalom Xavi. Let's start. Let's just start with the goal, yeah? Spence trying to dribble out from the back. Van der Ven doing the same. As usual, mistakes cost us at the back. No other team in the Premier League has made more mistakes, which has led to goals, than Spurs. Fans just before half-time booing the team for going backwards. 5 minutes before, hello Harry, 5 minutes before that, they were booing Simmons for not crossing it. I think I got that wrong. I think that was in the second half. Boos throughout the second half as the ball wasn't played forward when it should have done. Massive boos, absolutely massive boos at full time. My personal opinion, Danny might want to differ soon because I know he's itching to get on and have a rant. Full-time boos, but I just do not understand why you would boo your team during the game. I don't get it because, I mean individual players, because it ain't going to help them. Anyway, Spurs, similar problems continue. Defensively sound, again, apart from the individual mistakes, which keeps happening. Midfield is okay, but with no creativity. And as we've said on every single live this season, the final third is a huge issue for Thomas Frank. Apart from Makuda's shot, which was saved, nothing, absolutely nothing. MUANI, to be fair to him, did look good, but he needs help. Now, is this the manager's fault for not coming up with a system, or is it a case of not having the right players? Total of 3 shots all game, 1 on target. Their XG was 0.05, which is the lowest so far in this season's Premier League. So that's another stat that we got. There's no link between the midfield and attack. So is this because of the double pivot of Polina and Bentancur? Spurs lack pace and creativity. 3 home wins in the last year for Tottenham. The only players, in my opinion, to come out of any credit were MUANI and VICARIO, who produced 2 fantastic saves, which are both destined to be goals. But I will say, he's still doing the thing with his feet, still taking too long. That's what he's been told, then what can you do? To be fair, Romero, in my opinion, looked decent when he came on and actually was probably our most creative player. Because Danzo had an absolute mare. I'm not going to cuss him too much because I think he's been good since he's been in. But when you see Romero come in and do that, you realise how good Romero is. Kudus is now known to be our only threat, as teams are now always doubling up on him. And once in the first half, there was actually 3 Chelsea players around him. As I've said, Vicario, despite his great saves, always passes to a teammate, it seems, and puts him into trouble. So often Spurs are masters of their own downfall. Xavi Simmons showed glimpses again, but seems just not physically up to it. I don't know if any of you see it, but there was one particular moment in the first half. He produced a sublime bit of skill to send 2 Chelsea players spinning. But then within seconds, he was just pushed off the ball. It's far too easily. He was subbed on in 7 minutes, off on 66 minutes. No goals, no assists, no key passes. Yellow card, 15 times he lost possession. He needs to go to the gym, in my opinion. I'll bring this other issue up later, Dan. I've got a few more things that I'd like to bring up, but that's basically the match covered. So, go for it, mate.
Do you know what? I said to you, right, at the end of last season, we won a trophy. This season, we need to try and stay positive. However, it's so fucking hard to stay positive when you're being expected to be entertained and watch football when you end up watching that week in, week out. It's so fucking hard to describe what I'm finding it hard to describe what Frank is trying to achieve, because I'm actually at this moment in time having doubts about his tactical ability.
Yeah.
And people have said before that it's a step up going from Brentford to Tottenham. I agree. I can't remember, because I've never watched Brentford too many times, having seen Brentford be this lackluster, slow, non-aggressive, not expansive with the ball at all. I can't see it. So I'm actually saying to myself, is it just Tottenham? Is it just a Tottenham thing? I ain't going to say fucking Spursy, because that's what we're associated with. Is it just a Tottenham thing? I'll start with XAVI Simmons. I actually feel sorry for the bloke, to be honest.
Yeah, I'll do after that.
I really do, because the kid's got his quality. I've watched him play for Holland, watched him play for Leipzig, even when he was playing at PSG, watched him. He's got quality. Yeah, it's a totally different league, and he needs time to adapt. Glimpses of his quality. There's no doubt that it's there. I actually feel sorry for him. And do you know what? It's not just him I feel sorry for. I feel sorry for every single Spurs player at this moment in time that gets the ball, because hardly any time over yesterday, the Newcastle game, probably the Glimt game, we're going back now, the Monaco game. Do any of our Spurs players have any forethought to go forward and make a pass forward, make a progressive pass forward, split a team open? It just doesn't seem to happen. Why are we time and time again trying to play this keep ball football? That's the only way I can call for it, to keep the ball and going backwards all the time, because it just ends up tying ourselves in knots. And you're right, so many times this season, we have been our own worst enemies when it's come to playing at the back, and with mistakes. Newcastle, mistakes. Do you know what I mean? Silly passes. Mistakes. It's absolutely... And I can understand the booze. People don't pay fucking 60, 70, 80, 90 quid, train fare, season tickets, grand and a half, whatever. Do you know what I mean? To go and watch that. They don't want to do that. And they're frustrated. I'm frustrated. You're frustrated. And we're just trying to pick out the positives in it. But I can't pick any positives out of yesterday. Vicario has saved us yesterday from not being humiliated, and it could have been more goals. Against Newcastle the other night, he made some terrific saves. If we had a top striker, it probably would have been a different scoreline. If they hadn't have actually been so naive and were trying to play fucking stupid fucking Spence, trying to play up with these boots and everything, and just actually got on with it. Yeah. It's not the referee doesn't have to stop the game because his fucking boots come off. If they do it, that's down to the referee to say, no, give him a couple of, but you have 30 seconds. Right, bollocks, you're taking too fucking long. Yeah, okay, his lace had come up from the bottom and all that lot, but Jesus Christ. Even then, he was so slow to get back into position. Drag somebody else in. If he's out there and he's taking his time to get back in, I'm shouting at me fucking centre forward or another, right, get in here, you do his job. And we didn't do it. So that's, do you know what I mean? That's Newcastle. Yesterday, I can't remember, right? MUANI, for all his effort over the last couple of games, he has been hounding down on players, right? Yeah. But what's the point? His effort that he's putting in to close down players at the back, he might as well just not do it, because it's taken 3 or 4 seconds after he's actually done that for anybody else along our top line, Kudos, XAVI, whoever it is that's up there, even our centre midfielders, to go and fucking close it down. There's no closing down. Chelsea were when one of our players had the ball, there was 2 or 3 players that were hounding down. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Constantly. And it's not just it's other teams are doing it. So why can't I just don't understand? I don't understand why that the players have got into this mould of play. I was taught that if you're in fucking trouble at the back, you smash it. You just smash it as far as what you fucking can. Yeah, if that, get it out. And what they're doing, they're just being like, I mean, Simmons' pass back to Van der Ven was shit, but then he's just put his laces through it. If you hit the player, you hit the player. And then the tackles that I was seeing yesterday, do they not want to get hurt? Do you know what I mean? There was no putting your fucking body on the line or anything yesterday. It was actually pathic. It was horrible to watch. And as a Spurs fan, we know what we're classed as flimsy anyway. And then to go and see how that was, I mean, I just don't get it at the moment, mate, to be honest. I just don't. Kudos, he looks like he's running in mud sometimes. He had a chance to get the ball and go and take people on. He's just not doing it. I just don't get it with him at the moment. He's like, same when he came on against Newcastle, he just like going through this sketch. And that's what my mates are West Ham fans said he's like. One day he could be all good and singing and dancing, scoot past people. It's the same tricks that you see. So it's a hard watch at the moment. And I know we're only 11 games into Frank, but it's the same mistakes, the same pattern of play. Where's this tactical awareness that he's supposed to be renowned for? Why we carry on playing this 4 at the back and then 2, this double pivot and all that lot? Just don't get it. It's making us, I think, us more open playing Bentancur and Paulinho together, because sometimes the pitch is wide open. And we were saying this last year with Ange, that it was so fucking wide open because everybody was playing through us. And now everybody's playing through us. It doesn't matter. The same's happening again. Nobody goes down the outside of us. It's straight through the centre of us all of the time. So, yeah. It's fucking, I agree. As the season started, fucking hell, it's just painful, mate.
I'll tell you what, Dan, you say about Spurs not doing progressive passes. I've got a thing here that this is mental, this. Spurs have played just 4 through balls through this season, the fewest in the Premier League, and just 1 at home.
We don't have the squad depth.
The league average, that's 4. The league average is 18.5.
Yeah. What does that say?
Palace 27, Villa 28, Liverpool 30, United and City 31, and Woolwich 38. Us 4.
Yeah. So what does that say? It's not working. It ain't fucking working. So sort the fucker out, Frank, because you're going to have so much fucking shit. I can understand Spence and fucking Van de Ven coming off that pitch and fucking ignore him.
That's 4 home wins, 3 home wins in the last year. So many shit stats here. But what can Thomas Frank do then before the window, in your opinion?
He can't. The cards he's dealt with are the ones he's got now, and he's somehow got to get a tune out of these players. If it means a change of formation, because he's not changed the formation every time. The only thing he changes in the game is personnel.
Yeah.
The formation is exactly the same. So we're not seeing any of this change of formation. We've said many a time, let's pluck and play 3 at the back. We have. Let's play to some of our strengths. Let's make that middle compact. It's just not fucking. We miss our squad, right, mate? Our squad does not have any quality in depth at all, and the players are like they were last year. They just look unenthusiastic to play.
I think he should do the wing backs. I mean, when I first saw the team sheet, I did think that what he was going to do, but he didn't. No. And I know Bergvall went off, but I wouldn't have thought that Bergvall could have handled Chelsea's press yesterday. Anyway, Chelsea press was all over that's one of the things he could not handle. So why we were still playing it out from the back with Chelsea's mad press, I do not know. Because I keep saying
Chelsea have got such a shit defence. We didn't even fucking penetrate it, mate. We did not even fucking penetrate it.
Yeah, Lee, I said to Lee and Alex, who was all watching it together, Chelsea's defence is known for being vulnerable, especially when they're pressed. But we didn't press. We don't press in 3s, even in 2s.
So if Frank's that good, and this is what I said to you, why is he not cottoned? People watch us, so they know how we set up and all. Like, so easy to play against. So if he's supposed to be this tactically astute flipping manager that's all about stats and everything, then why is he not cottoned on to their weaknesses?
Yeah. What do you think about the Spence and Van de Ven at full time, which is going all over social media? People are reading different things into it.
Did you see Van de Ven's interview after?
I haven't seen Mickey chatting yet. No,
yeah, there's one. I think he's literally Frank just basically said to them that it's not the players know it's not a good performance, but who's going to change that? Only the fucking players can change that.
when they stormed off,
you don't even
thank him. That's not right, surely, is it, man?
It's hard to know exactly why they were storming off the pitch because nothing's been said yet.
Frank said himself that he was frustrated. They were frustrated, but
yeah, but it's not good.
no.
Do you know what I mean?
But in house, you know what I mean?
The thing is, it's not the first time.
100%.
It's not. Yeah, I agree. I mean, this is what I was saying to another mate. He's the guy is fucking quality, but do you know what I mean? He looks flimsy, but I think he'll be a class player for us. I just don't think we're playing. I just don't think our midfield is fucking up for it at all. And I put Paulinho and Benson Core into that bracket, mate. We've got no playmakers at the moment. Without Siemens pulling strings or a lot, nobody really goes short for the ball, and our centre halves don't ping the ball in. If Spence receives the ball from Van der Ven, he's back to fucking the left-hand side, so he's only really got one play. Spence was playing balls behind fucking people. The ball's all, I've been taught you play the ball in front of the player for it to run on. Do you know what I mean? Or you play it to his feet. It's just, there's so many things at the moment that you could pick, that you can see going wrong with the team. They're obviously, they're under a lot of pressure, and it's just, oh mate, I'm so fucking frustrated with it, to be honest, at the moment.
There's a few things there, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're feeling the pressure at home. They don't want to play at home because of the fans.
No. Yeah, it's easier to play away.
What I kept seeing is, you're playing it out from the back, right? Vicario might play it wide, they get it back. But what I kept seeing yesterday, there was passing it to the instances when they was playing it to Porro and playing it to Spence. All they could possibly do was ping it down the line, a hopeful ball down the line.
Yeah, or go backwards.
What's going to happen? You might as well boot it long in the first place.
Our players didn't want it.
You're not trying to play through a press, are you? It was hopeful, Paul. That's not tactically good, Dan.
The thing is that sometimes, if you're getting pressed by 2 or 3 players and Van der Ven or Danzo's got the ball, there's no point. If you've got 2 or 3 players hounding down on you and you're left back, right back, you don't go and pass it to them.
Surely.
You don't, exactly. If 3 of them are up there, then there's a pocket, isn't there? There's space. But Chelsea were pushing up further and further because they knew that there was only MUANI up there by himself, because our left and Kudos and who was on the left? Was it XAVI to start with? Or no, Brennan Johnson done fuck all. Do you know what I mean? And why would you kick why are we going long and kicking the ball to MUANI or Richarlison, same against Newcastle, when he never wins a header.
No.
Never wins a header. You've got a defender that's running onto the ball and he just jumps and then they just come through the back of him. When there's nobody surrounding, there's no support for that striker. So even if he did hold the ball up, before you know it, our players are so far apart, our midfield and our wide players, that there's no support for him, even if he wanted to try and lay it fucking off. Before you know it,
we had Haaland up front, to be honest.
Sorry?
It wouldn't even matter if we had Haaland up front.
No, it wouldn't.
No one's close to him.
It wouldn't matter. Our midfield is non-existent. Our forward line is non-existent.
Do you think it was right, though, confidence-wise, to take Simmons off, though, Dan? Because that's going to smash his confidence to bits, even though it was anyway. It's a hard one, though, isn't it? Could you see that instance in the second half where he could have put the ball in 3 times, but he then, in case he didn't deliver a good cross, and he got booed for playing it back?
Yeah. They're frightened. The players are frightened.
They are frightened.
They're frightened. They are down on their chips at the moment, mate. They look like they don't at home. They look like they don't want the ball. When a lot of our players receive the ball, and this is what I said to you yesterday night. When a lot of our players receive the ball, it doesn't look like there's another forward pass for our players to have, even short little 5-yard passes. It doesn't look like there's anybody else to receive it. So what have they got to do?
He's right there. They are.
Yeah, they are playing with fear. They don't want the ball. They do not want the ball to be passed to them.
But as the man was saying earlier on, this isn't just a Thomas Frank thing at home, because it says here. I mean, this is mental. This. I've put the headline in my notes: "Stadium game changer" with loads of question marks. Right. Spurs have lost 41 Premier League games in 6.5 years at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Arsenal have lost 48 Premier League games at the Emirates in 19 years.
Yeah.
So
it's Tottenham, and it's a stat for Tottenham.
Listen, as I said, I don't know if we agree or not. I don't believe in booing.
I agree. He's lost the players.
I do think you can boo at half time and full time, Dan. But I just don't see the point of booing individual players during a game, because then they won't want the ball even more.
I know, but
I don't agree with it. That's just me, though.
The thing is, though, you can understand people. They're frustrated at the moment.
I can understand, but I just don't think you should boo them.
No, I don't think you should do, but I can understand. People are frustrated, mate. Like I said to you, they're paying money. It's an evening game. A lot of people then wouldn't have been able to get fucking back up north because of that fucking stabbing at fucking Cambridge. So I know I've got mates that had to stay down in London or a lot. I just at the moment, I think he's been found out a little bit, Frank.
Where's that gone now? Lee, I haven't forgotten your question.
I can't see Bowen wanting to come.
Lee, what do you think about the Bowen links? What do you reckon to them? We could bring Milton in. What do you reckon to the Bowen from West Ham links, Milton?
I'd take him at a heartbeat, but I can't say leaving West Ham. And if he did, he wouldn't come to us. Surely not.
Kudos did.
That's true. At the end of the day,
we haven't had you on here for a while. So what's your view on the season so far?
A bit like a roller coaster, to be honest. We've had ups, we've had downs, some in between. It's going to take time. It doesn't help that we're missing half our first team. We don't really got a creative midfield outlet that can, pick locks. We're only 10 games into the season, so of course it's going to take time. But we are missing the likes of guys like Madison and COULDVE, because we do got a lot of midfielders, but most of them are just defensive midfielders. We don't really have a locksmith. We missed a lot.
That would make things different.
100%. If we had COULDVE and Madison, there's more of a creative. But they're long-term injuries. We don't know when they're going to come back, and if they come back, are they going to aggravate the same problem that they've had in the past? So it's hard. Like, it was hard on Andrew before the injuries. It's hard on Thomas before the injuries. So, like I said, it's been a roller coaster year thus far. So, we could only wait and see. Pity we can't. Pity we can't turn our away form into a home form. At this rate, I wish we could play.
They're playing with fear at home. I mean, this is what I'm going to ask you as well. I'm asking many people. This is me personally. I don't agree. I can understand the half-time boos, the full-time boos, but me personally don't think you should boo individual players during the games. I just don't think it helps. Whereas Daddy can understand.
I can understand, but me personally, I wouldn't do it. No. We've already got players down on confidence like XAVI Simmons and Brendan Johnson. That's the last thing they need, to get abuse from their own fans. When you're already down in the dumps, that's like getting kicked when you're on the ground, right? You're not going to achieve anything. If anything, they're just going to dig themselves in a bigger hole. Be like depression. They're just going to go down and down. So, but me personally, I never boo any of my players. Like, even in all different codes, like in rugby league and basketball and AFL that I'll watch, I'll go. There's been times I've caught 6-hour flights, watched my team get pumped. You're spending $3,000 on flights and accommodation, and you won't see none of our home fans or away fans booing our own team. Even if we get a 10-0 draw, we just, a round of applause. Keep it up, boys. We'll see you next week.
Yeah. I agree with what he's saying here as well, Danny. Look, I agree. That's what I said yesterday. He does. He needs to get down to the gym.
Yeah, we're not being funny. He's a young lad.
Yeah.
There's not many players, right, that come in from the Bundesliga, which is the fucking shit league.
It's a
They
shit
have
league.
so much. They literally play walking football. They have that much time on the fucking ball. Do you know what I mean? This is what I'm talking about. He's come to the best league, the most aggressive, the most hardest league to play in. Physically, you need to be, and mentally, you need to be adapt to playing. You need to realise that your first touch, you need to have it at your feet. You can't be stumbling on that ball because you're going to get crunched. You're going to get absolutely smashed. Do you know what I mean? They need to realise, and I don't think he's realised that actually that's how it is to play. Because do you know what I mean? It's happening to him, and I actually feel sorry for him. And he looks down. He looks dejected at the moment. Do you know what I mean? And that's not good. But then the whole of the team looks like that. They look like they just don't want the ball because they're scared to have it, because they looks like they don't know what. I think there's some mistranslation with what Frank's trying to do and what he wants them to do. And do you know what I mean?
I do agree with that, Lee, but I'll tell you what another thing is. People keep saying to me when I say about get Simmons down the gym, oh, look at Modric, look at Modric. Hang on a minute. If you look at Modric again, he's got fucking heavyweights legs, mate. Luka Modric does fucking massive.
Yeah, but he
legs.
didn't come in and hit it off straight away.
No, he didn't. So it's just I think you've got to give him patience, but I do think he needs.
Son didn't. We've got to stick with him. Listen, he's
Quality
down on his confidence, and he's playing with other players that are
There's
down
no
on their confidence. Do you know what I mean? So it's hard.
What worries me is, and I don't know if Milton, yeah, when I look at any team, but especially Tottenham, who's my own team, even if we go in through a transitional phase, which seems to be every other year with us, doesn't it? I watch it and I'll try and think, what's the game plan? And Milton, I don't know what the game plan is. Do you? Except to try and stick to it. I can't see the game plan at all.
Like Dan just said before, it's like miscommunication, and they all look scared. It's like they don't want to go forward. They don't want to make a mistake. That's why they're always going sideways and back passing. And then that irritates the crowd. The crowd starts booing them. They start going in their shell, and it's just a vicious cycle. And it just keeps repeating itself. But in saying that as well, with lightweight plays, David Silva and Bernardo Silva, they're lightweight and they still hold their own. But in saying that, they're surrounded by better players. So when you're surrounded by better players, you're going to perform better.
I think I said that to Dan on the last video. I think you'll see the better one of him when we need to do something in this window, forward player wise. I think you'll see the bit because you can already see a touch of class what MUANI is. It's little things like him that he'll lay it off straight away, which is strange, isn't it? Because he's just come over to the Premier League.
Yeah, but he'll take a chance.
He already knows, doesn't he? I ain't going to have a lot of time on the ball. He gets rid of it quick, makes the right pass, makes the right run, makes the right layoff. So is it going to be a question of Frank's just got to work with the forwards he's got, give MUANI a run, and hope it clicks? Because
we're so open. We are so open, right? It looks like he's so fixated on trying to get us defensively strong because we're not getting smashed 3-4-5-0. And that's good. Our mistakes by us. That's mistakes that we're frightened to make. Put your laces through the fucking ball. We've said this.
Yeah. I've still got 100% because I'm going to stick by what I said to everyone. I'm going to give Thomas Frank 2 windows because it's not his fault. People, it's all over social media. Get Frank out of the way, blah blah blah. He's struggling with what he's got in it at the minute. Plus the injuries. We've got 15 players out or something.
We've only got 15 first squad team now.
So I'm not going to jump on his back. I feel a bit sorry, but I think he looked like he was feeling the pressure last time.
Let's face it. My point is as well. Sorry, Milts, is that Mourinho knows the league, right? He's savvy. He don't give a shit. He'll go in on a challenge. They're both Bentancur and Bentancur. They're getting later on in their careers, right? There's nobody. You got Bergvall, who's a headless chicken sometimes. XAVI Simmons is playing like a headless chicken sometimes. Brennan Johnson, he was our top goal scorer last year, but that's because he just got on the end of most crosses that when they actually came in. He offers hardly anything else in the game. COULDVE has not been offered anything in the game. Kudus has now started to not really offer too much. He gets the ball, and it's the same trick every single time. He'll try and quick step overs. And to me, that seems to what's happening at the moment, that our squad's quality is not there. We don't have that squad quality.
Well, that's what he said. He's brought in, sorry, Milton, Polina,
Right.
Simmons and MUANI. Come on, LJ. Listen, Polina, been our best player this year. Kudus was our best player until he kept getting doubled up, tripled up yesterday. And MUANI, 3 great scholars. In my opinion, for that list you're giving me, Simmons at the moment, you know what I mean? So, yeah, they are top players, but I think it's more of Thomas Frank has to somehow, it's not easy, somehow he's got to get a system where we are offensively much better.
Mills, where are you? Is that your background noise?
Yeah, I've got a couple of trucks behind me. Is that what you hear?
You can sell we're live, people. We can sell.
Choo choo. Now, the point I wanted to bring up was, if rumour has it to believe that Thomas Frank wanted BJ at Brentford, why does he really get played?
Yeah, because he's shit.
He's not getting the minutes. Why don't we experiment? Why don't we play him as a false 9? He plays a false 9 for Wales. You know, he can't do any worse than Richie. And MUANI's just come back from injury. That's where we're missing Solanke, because Solanke can actually hold up the ball, hold up play.
Yeah.
You know, you can see how physically strong he is. He can hold up play and anticipate for plays to come and get the ball off him. We're missing that off him.
But yeah, we're very one-sided team.
One-dimensional.
Yeah, one-sided. We've only got one side.
Would he have the nous to play Solanke and MUANI when Solanke's fit? I would.
Play 3-5-2.
Well, me and Danny
with 2 strikers.
Like a month, haven't we, Dan? I mean, Copenhagen are not a great side, are they? So try out the wing back system. We've got Manchester United, haven't we, on the week?
I think we'll lose to Man United. I think they'll beat us. I think they'll just be they'll be too physical, and they will just play hard, fast, and aggressive football through us, and they'll just pressure us at the back because they know that we'll just make a mistake, and that's where it's going to come from. So, because you can't really see us scoring, you can't see us scoring, can you?
I could see a 0-0 draw, to be honest. Just a pragmatic game. No one's making too much risk, playing the ball back and forth. I could honestly see a boring 0-0 draw.
I'm just a bit worried about the atmosphere, to be honest with you. You know, I really am. If Manchester United get off to a good start and they're all over us for 10 minutes, the crowd will get restless again.
Well, you can bet your top dollar that players like that Kuna and Muambo, they're not going to let us have any time on the ball. Fernandez isn't going to. Romero's not going to. Sorry, Camara, what is his name? Casemiro's not going to let you have any time on the ball.
I'm confident Polina will have him, to be honest with you, Dan. But unlike you, I want to see wing-back system used against Copenhagen. Hopefully it'll be okay, like it was against PSG, and then we can stick with that for a while. Because I'm surprised he hasn't done that yet, because it worked against PSG. I know he lost on penalties, but it did work against PSG, who are a good team. Surely he got... That's the only offensive thing what he can try, isn't it? Because we haven't got any more forwards. We haven't got any more class. Why don't you just try it? What have you got to lose?
It just seems like he's playing that same system all the time, and it's just we can see that it's not. I mean, he's acknowledged that he's the full forward line. Yeah, okay, it's a relatively new forward line, but Christ Almighty, they're supposed to be professional footballers, and half of them, fucking hell, I want to be Sunday League team.
Let me ask you something. I'll ask you first, Dan, then Milton the same question. And it's not like to try and let Ange off the hook. But when Spurs conceded that goal yesterday, Thomas Frank was with the water bottle when he doing the old Wenger, and he was smashing down. He was going absolutely off his nut, right? So that says to me that he's like all of us. Why didn't you just fucking get rid of it? So is that what they're doing? And it's not the first time what they've tried to dribble out from the back. Is that past habits under the previous manager for 2 years?
Maybe a little bit of it. That's what.
Thomas Frank's reaction says to me that he don't want them to do that.
But then, if that's what they're doing on the training ground, they're still doing it in every single game. Every single game is exactly the same thing. So, yeah, they tried to do it under Ange.
But if you remember,
we were more progressive going forward under Ange than what we are under Frank.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, old habits. What was drummed into them: take risks. Don't worry, you can pass it to the player if he's marked. Those same things are still going on.
I think it's with Frank. It's all about retaining the ball and not giving possession away. So do not boot it away, because otherwise it's going to come straight back in your neck. But then this comes down to our forward line: one on one wing, one on the other wing, and one in the centre. Where's the support for the striker? Where's the support for the wingers? There isn't any, is there? What's the point in kicking that ball up there if we're saying get rid of it? But what's the point? Because our strikers and our wing players can't hold the ball up, because they're just the ball is literally coming straight back, and it's won by a header. And then,
well, my point would be, if I get rid of it, we ain't going to concede. So if we ain't going to win, let's try not to lose.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? Do you think there's some old habits that are still there from Ange?
100%. I was about to say, old habits never die. It's like if they try to implement Thomas Frank's theory and tactics, and that's not working, they'll revert back to what they learned under Ange. But what I've noticed with our team as well is the amount of space they let the oppositions get. All the time in the world on the ball, no one's tracking back. Instead of like trying to chase your defender or chase your marker like a terrier, they're just walking back like Laxy Daisy.
I agree with that, like, down the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 100%.
100%. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. It's like we were saying, like, they don't want to make a mistake, so they'll just kick the ball anyway. Just kick it as far as they can or kick it out. No one's taking risks. And didn't Thomas Frank say, if you don't take a risk, that's a risk itself?
Yeah.
Well, in the second half against Chelsea, not one shot in the second half. You're 1-0 down. Wouldn't you think you'd be bombarding the forward and just try to throw everything?
Time that's happened, though, is it, where we've not had a shot?
No, look at it against Monaco. If it wasn't for VICARIO, it would have been 5-6-0. Same like yesterday. If it wasn't for VICARIO, it would have been 4-5-0. Yeah. And all the people that wanted him out 3 weeks ago, now he's been our man of the match for the last 3-4 games. If it wasn't for him, we would have copped a battering.
Yeah, and we're sitting in a false position in the league, because other teams are shit around us.
Yeah, like Liverpool had that. Liverpool had that 4 losses in a row. Newcastle's been up or down. They lost to West Ham today, 3-1. You know,
so basically,
not many teams have been consistent.
We've got to try and hang in there around the top 6 spot, won't we? Try and hang in there until the window, and hope we get someone. That's
but you're relying then on away form to get us out of this so-called little rut that we're going through, because at home it's toxic. It's a toxic atmosphere, because there's nothing to, like I said to you before, gone are the days where the crowd would get behind the team if we'd gone 1-0 down. In the old White Hart Lane, we were all there. We were there. We were there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it used to be noisy. It was like the players knew. The players knew that if they went 1-0 down, the crowd's still with them. Now,
I was going to say that when they conceded yesterday, there wasn't that.
And it might be. It's a different. What I should say. You've got a mix of old school. Yeah, you've got a mixture of old school Tottenham, mixed in with tourists, mixed in with people that had just been given a ticket saying, "Oh, do you want to go and watch this game?" And unfortunately, we don't have any singing areas anymore. We don't have one stand that sings, or 2 stands like the Shelf and the Park Lane. We don't have any of that anymore. They're all intermingled, and it makes it such a hard flipping atmosphere to go and to be sitting in, because you don't know whether you're going to be sitting next to the same bloke week in, week out. Whereas when we had season tickets, we knew who we were sitting next to. Do you know what I mean?
What do you think then, Milton? What do you think we've got to do then? What do you think Thomas Frank's got to do?
or he's got to
Is there anything he can do?
Change a formation like we spoke about. Why doesn't he play with 2 strikers up front? Play 3 at the back, have Horro and Jed Spence played on either flanks. Try something different, mix it up. Like you said, what do we have to lose?
Yeah.
You know, it's trial and error. Yeah. It's trial and error. If you're not willing to take a risk and make a mistake, well, you're never going to learn a lesson. If you're going to keep playing the same formation week in and week out, the opposition's already going to know what you're going to do. So before you even kick the ball, that the players know. So
the thing is, as well,
if you play at home now,
if you play that system, right, Dan, that also benefits Thomas Frank in terms of he could rotate Bentancur and Polina, because you'd only need one sitting there, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, and you could put a creative player in the place. You know,
I think the last few games we've actually not seen too much of Paulinho as a player. We've seen him just basically tackling to try and shut things out and sliding into tackles, and that's all we've actually seen from him. Not a great deal. Whereas what I see is a lot of other teams, they'll have midfielders that will go and receive the ball off the centre half, turn on a sixpence, and then they're fucking on the front foot. We don't have that because we're so slow in our build-up play, and nobody wants to pass that ball, and there's the risk of losing it because you've got 2 or 3 players hounding down you. And I think that's just the way Tottenham set up, and that's the way they play at this moment in time. And until that changes and their mentality, they get out of this little rut, it's just going to get. I think it's going to get worse at home.
I'll tell you what, Dan. I might have to have a little look into Thomas Frank's time at Brentford. Do you know what I mean? To see how exactly how they played. See if it was.
Well, there was a comment before. Man made a comment before that it took a couple of seasons for him. I know everybody said, "Oh yeah, it took him 8 games." Was it Brom? Did he manage Brom? Yeah, but different league. Do you know what I mean? Different team, different league, different players and stuff. I don't think there's so much of a pressure on him. There's pressure on him. There was no pressure on him at Brentford. There's pressure on him now. There's pressure on him because he's at Tottenham, and there's pressure because people want to achieve things. And there's been a massive turnaround in the club this year. Personnel, manager, coaching staff, the top, the board, everything. There's lots of changes. So the club's going through a big change as well. So it's not just the players and the manager, the whole club is going through, and the supporters. Do you know what I mean? But like I said to you, it's frustrated. So I can understand why they're starting to fucking boo. Because, I mean, me personally, I wouldn't boo because I don't think it's right that you boo somebody if you lost a bit of confidence or like. But then, you man said before that, Frank, some of the players might not be liking what they're seeing at the moment. They might be thinking, fucking hell, we're better than this. Why are we playing this safety football? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't know what goes on behind closed doors, do you?
No.
Well, let's just hope then that we got he does change it against Copenhagen, and it just.
Are we home? Are we at home, Copenhagen, or home?
Copenhagen.
If we lose that game at home, the fans are just going to blow diesel.
Yeah,
they're going to lose their shit, and that's the thing as well. Besides Man City, we haven't beaten no big teams. All the victories we've had in the league have been weaker and inferior oppositions.
Well,
yeah. So, and now with like Arsenal and United on the way in PSG, it's not looking too good.
What can go wrong?
Everything.
We're going to do it. I've got faith. So, cheers for coming on. We'll leave it there. We've had a bit of a moan. We're all still behind Thomas the Frank engine.
Choo-choo.
Yeah. Choo.
But to sum up the Chelsea game, one word: toothless.
Yeah.
Weak.
Last season is toothless, to be honest.
But you'd get more energy from under sevens.
It's really worrying our forward line. It really is. But I do.
It's soul damaging, and like if the players don't get out of this rut, it's just going to be a downward spiral. And the longer it's the long.
I think you should play 2 up top. I really do.
Yeah, I honestly do. Like I said, what's the worst that could happen?
And I'll
Lose,
tell you what,
all right, we tried it.
Why doesn't he play a 3-4-3?
I hope that he starts Simmons on
Yeah.
Tuesday. Do you know what I mean? I do hope
Why
he
doesn't
starts.
I mean, I could actually see us having like I could see us playing well in a 3-4-3 formation.
Yeah.
What's the protocol with Lucas? What's the protocol with Lucas Bergvall's injury? Is it like 12 days he can't play?
I'm not sure actually. That's a good point. I'm not sure.
I don't think he'll play.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be available to play for minimum 2 weeks.
What was it? The ball hit him on the back
due to the protocol of head knocks.
It was the ball.
It was proper dizzy. When it looked like he was pissed.
He did though. His legs had gone.
Yeah, it was like a boxer, weren't he? Taking one.
Yeah, cracked him.
Yeah.
Well, wish him well.
It's on the back, wasn't it? It was on the back of the head. So
yeah.
Well, fingers crossed.
Oh yeah, Dan, we've got the predictions. We've got if you want to win the old mug. LJ's first chat mug. No one's got any predictions right yet.
No. I wonder why.
I'm going 2-0 Tottenham. There you go.
1-0 Tottenham.
Yeah.
I was going to say 1-0, but I'll go 2-1 Spurs.
Ooh, 2-0. Because I'm going to have to look at Copenhagen. I haven't done a lot of them, but we got to beat them, man. And as I said, Danny, I hope that Simmons plays because I think if he don't play and he's dropped, I think
he's got to play him. Champions League experience for me straight away.
It'll be all right. Right then, lads. Cheers for coming on.
Not
better.
Take care, boys.
Yeah, still everyone. Enjoy work.
Come on, you Spurs.